From where you're sitting, it might not seem like that big of a deal, but the current state of affairs at the southern border is reaching epic proportions. I recently returned to Yuma, Arizona for the first time in 17 years, where I was stationed as a Border Patrol agent. While touring Yuma's area of operations, the first thing I noticed was that they had increased the border fence quite a bit since I was there. They're in the process of replacing the current fence with a new barrier that will be much more secure. This will be crucial in slowing down both hardcore narcotics smuggling and human trafficking. However, the Border Patrol has been experiencing record numbers of Central Americans surrendering themselves after illegally entering the U.S. These large caravans are exploiting a loophole in our immigration laws that allow them to request a hearing for political asylum. Sadly, these people aren't looking for political asylum at all. They are simply seeking to be scheduled for a court date, and because they have children with them, they'll be released into the U.S. with no intentions of showing up for their hearings. This is primarily orchestrated by human traffickers who recruit them from their Central American homelands. The most disturbing part of it all is that the smugglers recycle children to create more fraudulent families. Children are used to create a family to enter the U.S., then after they're released, the smugglers send the children back south only to be forced to cross the border again and pose as someone else's child. Why do they do this? Because of a court ruling by Judge Dolly G. in 2015, a federal district court judge in the Central District of California. She ruled that children apprehended by immigration agents could not be detained for more than 20 days. This ruling leaves two options. One, detain the parents and put the children into shelters until their parents' hearing, or two, release the whole family into the U.S. with a promise to appear. The government has been pushed into option two after media outcry for family separation, which has incited mass caravans of phony asylum seekers and fake family groups to pour into the U.S. illegally. In Judge Dolly G's own words, mothers detained with a child should be released, as long as she does not present a flight or security risk. Since almost none of them return for their hearings, common sense would dictate that they are all flight risks and should not be released. These caravans are also bringing diseases into the U.S. like tuberculosis and scabies, among others. In this video, you'll see a woman in line to surrender to Border Patrol who clearly drags an unwilling child to another woman in line. The child appears exhausted, yet continues to resist. It seems apparent to me that this poor child has long since been separated from his or her real family, an all too common occurrence. Watch how the second woman brutally drags the child away. Tragically, a few of these children have died during this process. Then, misinformed people protest against the Border Patrol, calling them Murder Patrol and Nazis. Strange how these people aren't seen protesting against the human traffickers. This catch and release system must stop. So I'm here in the Imperial Valley Sand Dunes recreational area, and back in 2008, right off this off-ramp, Border Patrol was pursuing a drug smuggling vehicle load that had come through the Imperial Valley Sand Dunes. Mexico's just south of here. Agent Louis Aguilar set up spike strips ahead of the vehicle, and when the smuggling vehicle got to his location where the spike strips were, he veered off the road and struck Agent Aguilar, killing him. Tragically, the driver made it back to Mexico and was later identified and extradited back to the U.S. and is serving life in prison. But this is the Louis Aguilar Memorial Monument. We'd rather have Agent Aguilar than a monument, but it's nice to see the memorial there, as tragic as it is, and the road named after him. A hero died protecting his country and national security.